Hey guys, and welcome to Speak Nerdy to Me, a show by us, Team Amazing. I am Kaori and next to me is the lovely Ann Campea.
Hello.
And once again, we've got some great nerd stuff to talk to you about. This is the weekly roundup where we talk about our favorite topics of the week. This is for the week of May 5th, Cinco de Mayo week, indeed.
Hell yeah.
And the return of the 5th. Excuse me, I'm brain And May the 4th be with you week, kind of, if you count Sunday.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, but we don't have any Star Wars news this particular week.
No, we don't.
There's a lot going on anyway. So first of all, this coming Sunday is Mother's Day. So that's definitely a huge thing for us. And we want to show you pictures of our mother. That's my mommy. And then my brother and my kick-ass dad. And that's my mom again, with my niece, and I just went on a mother frenzy.
Oh, and I think I'm missing one of your shots.
That's okay. It doesn't matter because what matters is my mommy.
And then my mommy is here with me and my sister. This is back in the day, so don't even look at my hair or anything. But yes, that's my mom.
Your hair looks the same, just shorter.
Shout out to our mothers. We love you so much.
Yes.
And this is going to be an awesome weekend for love to all the mothers out there. So.
And we are all so fortunate to have great mothers,
yes,
because without them, we wouldn't be here, literally. We want to give you guys some, decent gift ideas that we came up with that we think your mothers or mothers will like. A fail-proof gift idea. And what are some of yours?
Well, I found this, which actually I think was on a BuzzFeed or Huffington Post article, and it's just a shower caddy or bath time caddy. And if I didn't get this for my mom, I would get it for myself.
Why does it look so ancient?
Because it carries your book, and it carries your wine, and it carries your soap. It's like everything you need for the perfect time. And moms like that antique looking stuff.
That's
At least
true.
my mother does. So I think the look is there.
Okay.
I've also found some do-it-yourself stuff, some vases or vases or however you want to say it. People on Pinterest posting stuff where you actually put pictures of you and your mom in these vases, and I thought that looked pretty cute too. Mm-hmm. And then there's always the traditional go with something edible, like an arrangement, which I think my mom would like that actually quite a bit. Something that you can eat and it looks beautiful too.
Yeah, I think eating is always a good way for your mom to be happy. I don't have any pictures. I forgot to send them over, and I'm sorry.
But let us know what you want or what you would think.
I'm just going to tell you, I think a subscription box is great. I got that for my mom for Valentine's Day. There's something called a beauty box or the Birch box, depending on how much money you're willing to spend for your mother, because it's like the gift that keeps on giving every month. And any woman would love some kind of beauty products coming their way, or anything that they're interested in. A subscription box is always a good idea. Flowers, of course. This is the season that the flowers are actually a lot cheaper. It's actually crazy because shipping and handling can cost more than the flowers itself.
That's insane.
That's
insane.
Can get frustrating.
Yeah.
And if your mom is healthy, chocolates. My mom loves sweets.
Yeah.
She's really into that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, the cheesy one to do is get a picture of people she loves. I got a picture of me and my dog, and I sent it to her a couple of weeks back. So yeah, those are some ideas that I think are foolproof.
I think so too.
Yeah.
And it sounds like our moms are pretty similar in that it's the thought, it's the creativity that they really appreciate. So.
Yes.
And so my gift to my mom is showing her this clip of us showing her picture on YouTube. Mom, love your present. No, I'm just kidding.
I love you, Mom.
She'll get other stuff. I'm just joking. All right.
Love you, Mrs. Aura. All right. So now let's get on to some news that we are going to take from the bottom and move it up towards the top, is some Zac Efron news, because today, well, actually, we're going to see the movie today because there's early screenings of it. But tomorrow is the official premiere of Neighbors, which stars Zac Efron and Seth Rogen and Rose Byrne. It's a comedy that's getting pretty decent reviews. A lot of people want to see it. we are going to be camping out right after this. Actually, this is just a recording because we're already there. No, I'm just kidding.
It's day 8 and we're sleeping in front of AMC theaters and waiting for this Neighbors movie to come out. Yeah, I'm so excited.
Yes, me too.
I think it's going to be really funny, actually. And I know quite a few people have seen it way ahead of when it's being released this weekend. So I've heard some good things about it.
And the Red Band trailer was great. We talked about that previously. So that was the one, the nail in the coffin that told me, yeah, I just have to go see it.
And I have a feeling, okay, so I know there's probably a lot of guys that watch our show and you're probably like, oh, I don't want to see it because it's Zac Efron and all these girls talk about is Zac Efron and being topless and blah, blah, blah. But I feel like it's just really going to be a guy movie and it's going to be funny.
I think so too.
Especially with the combination of Seth Rogen and Zac Efron.
Yeah, you've got the comedic factor of Seth Rogen, and they've both been on this huge promotional tour. And, you know, they both went on Jimmy Fallon, to the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, and they did a hilarious parody Being Girls where Zac Efron had a cell phone. Oh my gosh, it's hilarious. Zac Efron was taking pictures because he had a new phone had like 8 megapixel and taking selfies. It was just hilarious.
I was watching this at work and I was like trying to be really quiet about it. I don't watch videos at work, but maybe I do. But yes, it looked hilarious. And the fact that out of all of the 3, Zach's voice, he didn't even try to change into a female voice whatsoever. So he's dressed in all of this female dress, whatever, and he sounds like this. Like
yeah, he just doesn't. He's not even gonna try. Yeah. And what's so funny is after you see that skit, you've got Seth Rogen on the couch talking to Jimmy Fallon, and Jimmy Fallon and Seth Rogen are saying, "Thank goodness Zach was there because he makes a really good-looking girl."
He does. It's scary, actually.
Yeah, he was really pretty for a girl. He's a little buff, but yeah. So yeah, we are excited about Neighbors coming out tomorrow. Some other movies we want to touch base with. Palo Alto, which also comes out tomorrow. It's the movie based on James Franco's book that he wrote, which was short stories. And in this movie, James Franco plays a soccer coach who falls in love with his student. So it's the trials and tribulations of being in high school.
Is it Palo Alto because it's the location they're naming it after? Or
I
what?
don't know that detail.
I'm going to guess.
But yeah, it would make sense. And Emma Roberts is in it. She plays the teenage chick. And so that's going to be really good. The screenplay, I think the screenplay was written by Gia Coppola, who is the daughter of Francis.
Nice.
Yeah, so big thing.
Lots of awards too, it looks like. So cool.
So I actually really want to see this now. Hopefully I can convince you pretty soon.
I think I can be convinced.
Nice.
Once I get past the fact that I thought the poster had Kristen Stewart on it.
Her.
And I was like, oh, it's Emma Roberts. Okay, I'll see it. Yeah, I'll see it now.
Other ones we want to touch base with, $1 Million Arm, which stars John Hamm, coming out next Friday.
Look, this is going to be a really feel-good movie. I know it. I know some people who have seen it. And all who have said it's, you know, it's heartwarming. John Hamm, I think, plays the coach, and they bring on board this kid, and and from the trailers, they're trying to teach him how to pitch a baseball because, you know, that's not something that you kind of learn growing up in different countries. You learn that here in America. So you could just tell from the trailers that you'll probably need a tissue and be smiling when you walk out of there. It's a Disney feel-good movie. I'm looking forward to it. John Hamm, this is probably the first film I've seen him taking the lead on, and correct me if I'm wrong because I'm not too familiar with his work, but I like that it's him, if that makes sense. Yeah. I think I wanted to see him in something outside of Mad Men, so this is a good role. And it's a Disney movie. Yes. When you say it's a Disney feel-good movie, I think of Radio. I don't know how you felt about that movie. But I like that. I like that movie. And I can't remember what that kid's name is, but he was so freaking cute. Oh, made me cry so much over and over again. But yes, $1 Million Arms coming. That's something I'm interested in seeing as well. I think it's going to be the underdog
that people will overlook because Godzilla is going to be out. Oh, we talked about that last week.
Oh, that's right. They open up against each other, right?
Yeah, Godzilla's going to be fierce.
Yeah.
Fierce.
But then do you really take your younger child to see Godzilla? Oh, I don't know. That's a toss-up.
Yeah, you might.
Well, you know who will likely win the box office, but I think that both are worth your time, I think.
And I did watch in an interview that Bryan Cranston said that his role isn't really that immense in Godzilla, so that's interesting. We'll see how that turns out.
That is interesting because the trailer is full of his face.
Of course, it's Bryan Cranston.
I'm like, where's Aaron Taylor Johnson? He's the star, and he's barely in that first trailer. But
well, right. I think mainly it's going to be Godzilla and Bryan Cranston.
Godzilla.
Our little fatty Godzilla.
Our little chubbies.
So cute. Eating all those McDonald's. And then we got X-Men Days of Future Past, May 23rd. Which looks so good. Anne's heard a little more about it than I have.
I, last night, was getting some text messages from my friends over in New York who got to see the movie last night. And all of them were saying, this is beyond my expectations. This is at the level of Avengers or better.
Wow.
Obviously is going to crush Godzilla and what's the other movie? I can't remember it now. But Spider-Man 2. So this is the movie. Everyone walked out excited.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
So I'm excited. Really excited because I had high expectations for it.
Oh, good. Well, I'm glad that hopefully your expectations are met considering all the good stuff that people have been raving about.
Yeah.
To your phone.
I mean, the fear of it usually is, do they give up too much in the trailer? You know, do they have too many characters in this film? But from what I've been hearing, they did the story beautifully.
Well, I mean, based on 3 trailers that they released, definitely excited.
All in the span of what felt like a month or a month and a half or something. That was like X-Men like every other week. It's crazy.
Each trailer had a different feel that gave you a different kind of intensity.
Yeah, that's a good
point. The first
point.
one was very emotional and the second one was a little more action-y.
Yeah.
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 So, yes, I'm very excited about that one too. There's the summer is gonna turn out to be a movie summer as always for
crazy.
us.
We're not even there yet.
Yeah, not
this
even.
Is like the appetizer.
And we've got Maleficent coming out May 30th. Need I say more? We talked about this before. Very, very amped about this one. I'm so intrigued because obviously Maleficent has been one of the most famous Disney villains of all time. Her, along with, in my opinion, Snow White's Wicked Witch, have been the scariest of the Disney cartoons. So it's great to see Angelina Jolie in this role.
She looks scary.
She looks really scary. Whatever they did to her cheekbones pointing out, that's some fierce shit.
I love it. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Plus, not Dakota. Elle Fanning. I know. I'm not sure if you're a fan, but I'm excited to see her in this role.
I do like Elle Fanning. I just physically, I don't think she was the person I would imagine Aurora being. She's very, very blonde. I imagine Aurora being a little more dirty blonde. And I imagine Aurora being a little more beautiful. That makes sense because she's supposed to be the most beautiful person in the land and have that beauty. Elle Fanning is cute, you know, but she's still growing into herself.
Right.
I'm not saying she's not attractive because she's cute.
Yeah, I get your point.
Do not,
For sure.
And then finally, A Million Days to Die in the West, which I am very excited about. The trailer's hilarious. You've got Liam Neeson, Charlize Theron, and of course, what's his face again?
Seth MacFarlane.
Sex
C.
MacFarlane. No, Seth MacFarlane.
This is Seth's project. This is it right here. So I thought, okay, when I saw the trailer the first time, I'm like, okay, this is pretty funny. Especially all of you have probably seen the trailer at this point where that big giant thing falls on and smashes the horse, I think it is.
The ice block.
Yeah. So I thought maybe the second, third time it's not going to be as funny. And the second and third time it was funnier for me. It was more funny for me. So I think I'm really looking forward to this movie. I like the cast because I like when Liam Neeson does comedy. We saw, I think, in a snippet. I can't even remember where I saw it now, but I think somebody gave away that Christopher Lloyd makes an appearance. I think I saw it in a trailer before, and I can't even remember what I was just watching. Amazing Spider-Man 2. So I think they give away that there's a lot more cameos in this film than what you see in the trailer. So I wouldn't be surprised if you see all kinds of people pop up in this film. It's going to be funny.
It's going to be. And
it's going to be outrageously funny, I think, is the right way to say. I think
so. I mean, especially with his kind of sense of humor. Yes. I'm a huge Family Guy fan. Mm-hmm. Ted was hilarious. Did you like Ted a lot?
Oh, of course.
So,
of course.
All those movies to watch in such a little time span. So every week there will be something to look forward to.
Skip lunch on Tuesdays, and that will be your money to get into the theater.
Call in sick.
we don't promote that, but yes.
I'm just kidding.
Do it.
Okay, so let's move on to some TV news because we have been getting a lot of tweets. Thank you so much for that. As well as we have the knowledge now. Actually, I want to bring up real quick because this is not on our list that The Flash has officially been it has officially been requested, forget the word, to picked up. Thank you.
Yep.
Picked up on the CW for its first season.
No surprise, right?
Yeah, I mean, no. We all knew it was going to happen. And I know you and I, as well as John, we were trying to stay kosher and say, hey, look.
Of course.
It's just the pilot that's been created. Mm-hmm. So, but now we get to say, yes, it's official, which is great.
Yeah, congratulations to Grant Gustin and whoever, all the rest of the actors on the show. Mm-hmm. I'm sure the pilot's going to be amazing. I'm looking forward to it. I think with all of the shows that CW kind of has on its way out, this is the perfect way to churn in something new and something that's connected to our favorite show, Arrow.
Yeah, and you know what I love about this is not only do we have DC World on the CW, we also have the DC World going again onto Fox with Gotham, which has also been greenlit, and that is coming very, very soon. I think I always get this guy confused, the actor, I forgot his name.
The one from the OC?
Yeah, the guy from the OC. But yeah, the guy from the OC is going to be in the movie.
As I look it up.
I'm actually, personally, I'm slightly more excited about this particular TV show than The Flash. Yes, Ben McKenzie. Because I'm a huge Batman fan.
Yeah, you are.
Yes.
So what did you think of the trailer?
I thought it was just a perfect tease.
Yeah?
It's just the perfect tease for you. What did you think of it?
I enjoyed it. I thought, like you said, it's the perfect tease. It's hard for me to get it out of my head that Ben McKenzie is playing Commissioner Gordon at that time to Detective Gordon because I'm so used to seeing him on the OC. I know it's horrible.
That's the only throw off I had as well. But I think that, they choose these actors for a reason. So I am definitely going to give him a chance. He was a good actor on the OC. He was probably one of the better ones.
No, and I heard he was amazing also in Southland. So not discounting his acting ability at all. It's just I can't get that character out of my head. There's another character in the trailer, and I don't know if I have the right name. I might have to look for it. There's a character they had in Sons of Anarchy that was a little bit crazy. And it's the guy in the trailer that has the beard, full-on beard, and he's a little bit heavy and long hair, I think, and he's another detective.
Okay.
That's another guy that, because I know him so well in the character he was on Sons of Anarchy, that for a second I needed to just pause and say, this is a new character. This is not the crazy ass guy you remember from Sons of Anarchy. So sometimes I needed to get that out of my head as well. But yeah, I'm excited for it. The only thing I have to say about the trailer, though, is I didn't like it after the point where they started saying, and you get to see Penguin and Poison Ivy. I can't even remember. They
have to do that.
You get to see all of these people before they were who they are. Like, really? You had to get campy like that?
I know.
don't know.
It's super cheese.
I loved it to that part. I loved how they focused on young Batman. He's not Batman yet. Bruce Wayne. You get to see his parents' death. You get to see Detective Gordon and his interaction with young Batman. And that's it. I would have had it right there. They sold me on that.
Yeah. And I'm okay with the campiness, personally. I thought it was fine. We'll see how they do with it because they've got competition with Arrow. for sure, as well as Flash.
That would be interesting. Do you think they were going to put it on the same day and time?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I'm sensing a Monday night.
She's
or
smart,
something.
so she would know that.
I don't know. I'm just imagining Monday nights on Fox.
Yes.
Is what it sounds
You
like.
heard it here.
Totally just making that up. But right now, while we wait for those, we are enjoying Game of Thrones. And this past episode, we're going to recap it really quick. It was called, what was it called again? I forget what it's called. Something about something about the little kid becoming king. Okay, that's what it's called.
Yeah. There you go. New title.
New title. Something about the little kid becoming king. So he becomes king, obviously, and Marjorie is a little sneaky little witch because she wants to become his queen, but she pretends that she doesn't in front of his mom, Cersei. A lot of shit going on in this particular episode.
I like Marjorie.
I don't. I think we've had. Was it you? Was I talking to?
Probably.
Or was
I
it
like
John?
I like all the freaking manipulative, crazy people. Like Joffrey and her.
I just yeah, she's. Well, I just don't want to give anything away, but
Okay.
I like. You know who I like? I like Jamie Lannister. He's my favorite.
Hell
He's my
yeah.
boy. I mean, if I was his sister, I might consider it. No, I'm totally kidding. Totally kidding.
Ayo.
No.
Speaking of Cersei, okay, so tell me this, because you are my Game of Thrones expert. I didn't really buy that conversation she was having with Marjorie. Like, I thought the placement of it in the episode, that it would have made more sense if that scene happened after she had the conversation with her father, explaining why alliance or a connection with the Tyrells made sense.
Yeah.
I feel like that conversation with Marjorie would have made more sense to me in terms of the way Cersei's character has been, that she's always had a hidden agenda. So when she's talking to Marjorie and she's saying, oh, like, you should consider being my son's queen. I'm like, I don't buy it. She's not being genuine whatsoever. And I'm sure that's going to come later on, but I just didn't like where it fell in the episode.
You're very smart about that. Very smart about that. Yes. Obviously, it's Cersei, you know. Yeah, I thought this episode was well paced. Huge revelation for viewers everywhere. Lord Baelish, aka Littlefinger or whatever.
That is an unfortunate nickname.
Yeah, that's why I said whatever. We find out that he is the man behind, basically the whole beginning of this battle for the Game of Thrones, right?
Yeah.
Big deal. Big, huge deal. Like, holy crap, season 4, we get this.
And it's like, I'm sorry, but there are two characters in this show, and I've told you this before, that keep getting shit on. Tyrion and Sansa. Is that how you
Sansa? Yeah, I would say Sansa.
What the heck? Can these two characters catch a break, please?
They're married.
and they're married because they were forced to get married.
And they're good to each other.
Like, really?
Yeah.
Just when you think she's out of it, okay, great. She's not being accused for the murder either. Oh, I don't know, but like she's out of that crap that she was in with the Lannisters, and then she's even in even deeper shit, it looks like to me.
Well, think about it this way. She looks a lot like her mother.
Yes.
Right? She's got the red hair. And her aunt knows that Littlefinger's true love is Catelyn Stark. I know, I keep thinking little penis, but
yeah. Yes.
But apparently he probably doesn't have a little penis because she was screaming all night long.
Well, I have to beg to differ that the noise doesn't really dictate how large. Okay, let's move on.
Yeah, let's move on. But yeah, Jon Snow almost met his remet, or what's the word? I can't speak right now. Reunited with Bran.
Yeah, what'd you think? Sad. Were you kind of like, please, or no? Were you?
I really wanted it to happen because there have been some modifications in the TV show that I was like, well, why doesn't this modification happen on the TV show? It would have been good. it could have been like, oh my God, you're alive because I know you're alive anyway. So what's up? High five. Okay, see you later. Go to the north,
go look for your vision or whatever. Yeah, that's true.
You know,
that would have
like,
been cool.
It would have been awesome. And then we've got Danny.
Yeah. What was that about? I want to hear what you think about that.
It's like this girl is just last season. I was so hyped about her. She was strong, you know, being a conqueror, getting all these slaves, and all of a sudden, kickback. I know this is perfect timing to go get the throne, but I want to rule correctly, so I'm gonna just rule right now.
I was like, what the fuck? Like, really? I know. I guess in my head when we were watching it is that, okay, they were kind of saying 8,000, 9,000 slaves. That should be good enough. Plus the 3 dragons and stuff. That should be good enough to conquer. But I felt like that decision is going to just...
It's just kind dragging.
It's the fork in the road kind of thing. Like, you could have taken the shorter path, but you decided to take this path. And now we have to wait even longer.
Yeah. And where the heck are her 3 dragons? I want to see more of them.
I think they're playing with Wakame somewhere.
Yeah. Wakame is their mom.
I know. She is the mother of dragons.
She's the mother of dragons somewhere out there farting.
Yeah, I didn't really understand that. I didn't like the decision. I don't know if it happens in the novels or whatever.
It drags. So I think that's kind of what's happening.
What about what do you think of Arya's kill list?
You know, I know everyone loves Arya, but she's personally not my personal favorite character. I think, shit, man, you've been through a lot. I would think by now you're not trying to play, you know, fight, and she would be more mature. And I know she thinks she's mature, but realistically, she can't kill all those people with a fucking needle.
Well, yeah, and we saw the Hound kind of get the best of her in the last episode too.
I think
with her own needle.
She's just too immature at heart. I know she has that strength that her sister doesn't have, and that's commendable and that's fine. But I feel that she still has growing up to do. Her being a strong warrior is not believable for me. You know what I mean? Like, even when she killed that guy with needle, it was because of the help of the Hound, and she wants to kill the Hound. And I know the Hound's a jerk, but he's also kind of saving her.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting, and I like the dynamic because he knows that he is on her list.
Yeah, that's true.
And I wonder if he just kind of thinks like, oh, that's cute or whatever. But
he doesn't think that's cute. I'm sure he thinks like she's ridiculous. He doesn't take it seriously. But he probably will get bit in the ass.
I'm sure. I'm sure. That's the thing. I wouldn't laugh at her list. I feel like at some point it's going to come to fruition, and she may actually get everybody on there. And like I said, I haven't read the book, so these are all guesses for me. But I wouldn't take it lightly. That list.
I just want to know, like, I would just love to see her hair grow and having her have a scene where they cut it off again, because she's had short hair for 3 seasons now.
I know, right? Can she change that up?
And where her boobies? I mean, obviously she's not a dude. It's booby time, okay?
You heard it. We want armor with boobies.
With boobies, yes.
Boobies shown.
One more scene that I want to touch base with. What did you think of this scene with Brynn and her squire who can't do shit?
Loved it. I love that dynamic. And I think I've said that since they got together and started that journey in the last episode or whatever. I love that dynamic. I love how much they are starting to kind of play off of one another. And at first she kind of discredited him because she thought, oh, this guy didn't do shit for Tyrion.
He didn't,
and then he brings up the fact that he kind of killed somebody, and then she's like, all right, this guy might be all right. Okay,
that's true.
Take my armor off.
Exactly.
Cool. I just have this really sick feeling though, because I like this Brynn so much that I feel like something's gonna happen to her. I really do. I feel like something's gonna happen to everybody.
Yeah, that's also
all the people I like, for whatever reason, happen to be the first that are targeted, and I feel like something's gonna happen.
Just because Joffrey died and you liked him.
I know. What the?
I can't believe you liked him. Oh my goodness. Ugh. All right. So, I mean, that was a quick wrap up. Let's move on to our hate of the week. And this week we want to bust something out of our closets and talk about what the fuck were we thinking? What the were we thinking?
Is this coming from me?
I personally left my nasty shit in my closet, literally by accident. But Anne here thought she was going to...
This was easy.
She thought she was going to Europe or something. She was
I
like,
don't know if you guys can see this.
she wants to represent France all in one or something.
You guys see this? Okay, so let's show the bottom part.
The bottom.
It's a dress, you guys. It's a dress. Here's the bottom. It's real fluffy, frilly, whatever. It's really thick material if you want to give it a feel.
It's very thick.
I bought this when I was probably like 20 pounds heavier too. So I thought like, oh shit, it's going to cover up like all of the stuff. There you go. Now you can see it.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I'm like,
you know what's funny is I walked into the office. I probably wore this twice, and it was a work dress. Okay, Maxxinista TJ Maxx exclusive, and my boss was the first to comment on it, and he's kind of this like really cool, like highly intelligent, but a little bit awkward socially.
Hope he doesn't watch this. Okay,
I know. You're the best. But he's the first one to comment on the dress, and he really liked it. And I was like, yes, this dress is awesome. And I probably wore it one more time, and then that was it.
That's so funny. We all have those. I'll bring out mine next week, yes. One of many, and you will be shocked.
Yes.
And the crazy thing is, some of these outfits I thought were great at the time, and I told myself I'm going to wear it one day. And even though I know they're nasty, I still think I'm going to wear it one day, even if it has to be at Disneyland or something insane like a concert that no one of my friends are going to be at.
I can't wait to see what's in your closet.
Maybe I'll wear it.
This was a super quick, like, let me just grab something. Give me some time. I think I can find something better.
My closet's going to put you to, like, to shame, just or glory, whatever you want to think of it. Like, oh my gosh, at least I don't have that taste. All right, so let's talk real quick about our dating question of the week. How does a guy know when he's in the friend zone?
Ooh, that's a good one.
That's tough, but I think if you're questioning it, you probably know.
Yeah, that's a pretty good sign that you are. I mean, there's a lot of red flags, though. I mean, I jotted down some things that I thought about, like she'll talk about other guys to you.
Oh, that's a huge one.
Or she'll ask your opinion about this guy that she's into.
Yeah, because one, she kind of senses you might like her. So she says, hey, look, I'm going to buff it out by letting him know I'm interested in other guys.
Yeah.
Because if I was feeling you, I wouldn't be like, by the way, there's another guy. Unless I'm not very mature about it. But
no,
yeah, that's a huge one.
I completely agree. I think she will invite other people when you guys decide to hang out.
Yes.
She'll be like, oh, can I take my girlfriend or whoever? And it'll become a group thing.
Yeah.
As much as possible, it'll become a group thing. It won't be just a one-on-one thing.
Yeah, one-on-ones would frighten her.
Yes.
Unless, like, you're completely in the friend zone and she loves you as a friend and she feels completely comfortable with your friend, one-on-one will not frighten her. But a guy will always come up. If she's asking you for guy advice, there's an 80% chance that that's because she doesn't see you as the guy she wants to date. And if she does, that conversation will stop.
Yeah. Yeah, so. I agree. And what about she talks about other girls for you?
That's a huge one. And that's a big one.
Oh, I got a friend that we could set you up with, blah, blah, blah. Like, she wouldn't be offering that if she was into you. No way in hell.
Yeah, absolutely not. Yeah. No way. If I like a guy, you mine, or I try to make you mine, or whatever you want to call it.
And then on to that point, if you're out, let's say, hanging out one-on-one, and there's an opportunity, maybe you're sitting close, you've had a few drinks or whatever, and there's that opportunity to get a little bit more intimate, and it never happens, come on.
Yeah.
If you do try to do this, and she's like, friend zone, for sure. For sure.
I think Anne's pretty much covered the big red flags right there.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you hear, hey, you should date my friend. Hey, what do you think of this guy and what he's doing with me? Or, don't touch me.
Don't touch me.
Those are
but what about this? Okay, let's say you're with somebody and you want to get out of that. You're in the friend zone. Is there a way out?
I think there is, and the cruel thing is you gotta like kind of keep distance yourself. You tell them. I think the mature thing to do would be, hey, I like you, and because I like you, I think I need to keep my distance unless you want to do anything more than that.
Yeah, I agree.
because that makes her put things into perspective. Just always be honest. Yeah.
Yep.
So good luck with that. Well, to be fair, I've been in the friend zone all the time. I'm always friends with guys. I'm never the girlfriend. So it's a sad case for both genders. But that's okay. We'll find one for me. All right, so let's talk about some fashion news. I want to bring this up because Black Milk Clothing Company. I love Black Milk Clothing Company. That's my kind of shit right there. Basically, on Star Wars Day, they were having a special. I think they were having 30% off on any Star Wars gear. And then they had this graphic. Can you bust it out again?
Of course.
It was a meme, and it said, what is it? I can't read from here. Can you read it?
It says, when I attempt to be a geeky goddess, and geeky goddess is in parentheses, expectation is on the left and reality is on the right.
So people were kind of outraged by this because they didn't think that was very funny or very cool. And people who commented on Black Milk's Facebook page, Black Milk Company or social media, people weren't so happy about it. So they were deleting comments, responding in really rude ways. It just became hell. So first of all, before we get into that nitty gritty, Anne, what did you think when you saw that meme?
I didn't really get it.
Really?
Maybe it just went over my head. I didn't know what they were trying to say with it, and I guess that's a really bad meme then, because I didn't get any feeling at all from it, whether it was a bad meme or a good meme. I just didn't understand it whatsoever.
Well, if you look at the meme again, sorry, we're gonna bust it out one more time. There's a joke that expectations, you look like Star Wars, and then reality, you're actually Star Trek, which didn't even make any sense.
No, it doesn't.
So I think in reality, it was hot versus not hot. But
the fact that you just had to explain that to me, but some people, it came across that fast.
Yeah.
And that's not good. That's not good at all.
The thing is, they made a mistake with the meme. I think if you shouldn't have a stereotype or a prototype of what a geek should look like or what geek girls look like, because they're basically saying reality, all geek girls look like Mayim Bialik, who's cool and she's cute. I'm not saying she's not.
Like the fucking smartest person alive too.
Yeah. And
yes.
The fact that they think, every time we bust out in like cute geek clothes, we suddenly think we're fucking hot. That's
funny too, because I have that dress.
It's just so
one on the
BS.
Left. No, it is BS.
It riles me up.
Yeah.
But what riles me up even more is the way they handled this. They were very rude to their customers. They were deleting comments, and just their response is like, well, we're just deleting because we want to make this place a positive environment, and these comments were negative. It was just terrible, and it took them a while to finally issue an apology. Black Milk, disappointed.
Could do like an hour-long rant on the way that this was handled.
So bad.
It's horrible. I'm so surprised that the PR team is still there. I'm assuming that they have some investment in the company. That's why they still are employed by the company.
Yeah.
But as much as I read through the whole article. I read all the comments that were up, and the way it went down. And it's surprising, because you're supposed to be the best of the company that's speaking for the company. And you're there and you're trolling just like any other troll would be on the internet, except these are people who buy your clothes, who are loyal customers, who have helped you grow into the company that you are, and you're banning them and you're replying negatively to them. How do you keep your customer base happy after this? It's just astonishing to me. This is the worst social media play that I've ever seen, I think.
Especially for us. I'm a huge fan of this kind of clothing.
Yeah.
I love Black Milk, and I also love Living Dead clothing, which is just like Black Milk but cheaper. But sometimes Black Milk has really, really cool designs. But now, they've pretty much lost the customer in me right now.
I would too if I was a fan.
They're gonna have to get some better designs, like some Last of Us or something.
I don't know.
That'll get me going. Maybe
it's almost like that boyfriend that has fucked up so much, and they try to apologize to you, And it's like, at this point, it's just too late. I don't believe anything that's coming out of your mouth. That's sentiment that I have after reading everything that went down.
Well, going on that analogy, what if the sex is still good? You know, you'll still let it dip a little.
True, you know, there's probably some other places out there, like you said, that are offering the same stuff.
That's true. So let's move on to some tech news, because Ann got a new Samsung 5. So I'm going to let Ann talk about it.
Yeah. So apparently on Tuesday, Samsung accidentally leaked a photo on their website. I don't believe that whatsoever. They accidentally leaked a photo of a mini Galaxy S5. So I recently got the Samsung Galaxy S5.
It's pretty.
Beautiful phone. Lovely, lovely, lovely. But why would a company accidentally leak a photo? I don't understand how
Especially
that even...
a tech company.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
a big company like Samsung. I don't understand how that happens, but it's going along with the rumors that the Galaxy S5 will actually evolve into a smaller version, a 4.5-inch display with a lower screen resolution, similar to what iPhone did with their iPhone C or whatever it is that came in all those candy colors.
5C.
5C. And then the Galaxy S5 the rumors are that the Galaxy S5 will also offer a higher premium phone called the Prime, which will have a higher resolution display and probably all these other perks to it. So I just wanted to highlight that this phone is badass. If you love Samsung products or if you like Android, this is totally worth it. But I would be interested to see all of the other variations of this phone that are coming out. You know, they're going along those lines of, okay, so maybe you can't afford this one. Why don't you get the lower model? Or just like a car. Oh, man. But you want to invest a little bit more? Why don't you get the car with the leather in it? So they're going to give you some options with this one, which is pretty cool.
I got to say, Samsung and iPhone are just neck and neck when it comes to which phone you decide to get. They both have their pros and cons, but virtually they're pretty much the same, you know? Like they both have similar apps. It just comes down to the hipster thing. I'm guilty. I'm not a hipster, but I am guilty. Or the, I don't know. This is more like you can kind of personalize it a little more. iPhone is more, this is what you get. It's very easy, however.
Quality products, though.
Yeah. So let's talk real quick about video games. There's a lot of video game news coming up. You know, Mario Kart 8 and all their hidden characters came out. That's fine. That's fun. But something that I want to brush up on is the Wii U is continuing to plummet in terms of sales. This is so tragic for me because I think they obviously had higher expectations of how well this console would do. But the problem is it's not doing well even when they're having a bundle boxes and stuff. But their games are coming out aplenty. The 3DS is great. And if you've been following me, I talk about the 3DS all the time and how wonderful it is. But the Wii U doesn't have that many great games. We've got Wind Waker, that's fine. We've got 3D World Super Mario, which is excellent. Pikmin 3, and just a couple others. But there's nothing that really outshines and says, hey, I need to buy this game. It's tragic, but they need to really work on this.
Are you scared at all?
Yes.
Being a customer that, I mean, I don't know that they would ever really go under, but
I'm very scared.
What could happen?
I'm very worried. Yeah. I don't think Nintendo is going to lose. It's lost momentum, yes, but I don't think it's going to completely lose itself in its entirety. But they've got a lot of climbing up to do.
Mm-hmm. I hope they can do it.
Yes. How much did they lose? Like, I mean, 425 million or something huge like that, right? That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And that's tragic. Ann and I are going to come out with a South Park Stick of Truth review this coming week.
Yes.
Because we both finished it. We want to share that with you.
Look out for that.
So look out for that.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
And also, Child of Light came out, I believe, this week. It's published by Ubisoft, which is also the publisher for Stick of Truth. That's why I thought about it. It's an RPG that is kind of JRPG-esque, but it's from Canada. And what I'm excited about this one is that it's supposed to be very good graphically, visually, And all the characters rhyme apparently, which is kind of strange. But
Well, that poster alone or that cover it sold me already. I love it.
so cute.
Yeah, I really like the look of this. It's intriguing. I want to know more, and it looks like it would be a really fun game to play.
I want Anne to get more into this stuff. So maybe Child Light will be her next game.
Maybe. Let me know.
Ubisoft, you know? So I'm still trying to finish Bravely Default because it's taking forever. You guys, I'm going to say this right now. I need friends on my 3DS. So if you want my friend code, please tweet me and we can exchange. I'm serious. Friend code.
Hell yeah.
All right. So let's talk real quick about something foodie. Let's talk about matcha. Anne and I both love matcha, which is basically green tea. It is the traditional usage. It is the traditional use when in Japanese tea ceremonies, they use matcha all the time. Real quick, right now they're having a frenzy in Japanese stores of matcha stuff. Crunch matcha, Poki matcha, Kit Kat Aero matcha.
Yum.
And all this is deliciousness if you like green tea. Green tea is very good for you. It's actually caffeinated. It's a great alternative if you do not want to drink coffee.
Yes.
But it has a lot of antioxidants as well. So I highly recommend it. We just want to give a shout out to our love matcha.
Look out for all this stuff. It's so good.
Yeah.
I mean, the coolest person right next to me brought me all of these goodies, and I probably ate like 1,000 calories of it so far. So
there was more bags.
there was definitely more. There were cookies. There
was biscuits.
Popcorn.
There was popcorn.
Yeah. It's gone.
Yeah. So we want to finish this episode with some of our crushes. Since Zac Efron's at the top, I wish, we are putting our crushes of the week at the bottom. I will talk about my man crush first. And he is, look at this fucker, Scott Eastwood. Okay, he is such a hunk. If you don't know who he is, that's okay, because just look at him. It's unreal that Clint Eastwood sperm came out to look like this. So hot. He's going to be in a movie with Brad Pitt and George Clooney. Maybe not George Clooney, but Brad Pitt. And he is raising eyebrows because he's so fucking hot. And I am going to stop talking about how fucking hot Scott Eastwood is. It's unreal.
She's not going to stop talking about it. I think I've heard that name every day this week.
I think every day I'm like, do you know who Scott Eastwood is? Do you know who Scott Eastwood is?
Yes.
Because what the fuck? Okay.
Yes.
Who's your man crush?
An even hotter person. John Campea.
Oh, dear.
My husband, of course. Why would I not
That's
pick John
cheating.
Campea? Why is that cheating?
That's cheating because, I mean, obviously he's like the cream of the crop for you.
Yes, exactly. So, of course, he would be my first pick for this first installment of man crush, woman crush, since that seems to be the trend everywhere, the hashtag trend. I pick John.
Okay.
I mean, he does. I mean, you guys know him on the online world, but I mean, outside of that, I think he is just like the coolest person that I've ever met. I admire him. He inspires me. He's smart. He's funny. He's just an all around good person. And I am really fortunate that I actually get to see that side of him because, you know, oftentimes people just see what he has to say about movies.
Yeah, I know John Campea is actually super cool.
Actually, seriously.
He's kind of a soft.
I'm a little biased, but he's really the coolest person ever.
He
has
is.
like so many talents too. You would be surprised. He can play the guitar. He's
got like
play the piano. He can sing. It's just hilarious. And
he's got like a cup to the door right now.
I know. I would say more, but he's probably listening. And he's probably mad because we're doing the show and he's really hungry right now.
Oh, so. Yeah. So other than that, we'll finish it off with our girl crushes because Scott Eastwood's hot, but Angelina Jolie is my girl crush because I've been looking a lot about Maleficent and I think that she is just gorgeous. She's a humanitarian. She's got the life. She's married to Brad Pitt. She adopted children, have children of her own, twins. I mean, she's got luck.
Beautiful kids too.
Jon Voight's daughter. She's talented. She was fucking Lara Croft. And now she's Maleficent. And she has that leg and that leg. Because yep, she's my girl crush.
Yeah. You know what's funny? When you sent me that picture, I was like, that was about to be mine.
Oh, well, I'm glad it wasn't.
So maybe you should be mine because you picked her to be your woman crush.
What? No. It's cheating again.
I will cheat next week. Look out for that. But I actually, along the same lines, I picked, and this girl's not too familiar with a lot of people. Her name is Lauren Paul. Ugh. And I actually like her
I know who she is.
very much because, and I took the woman crush a little differently. I took it as, I think she's a beautiful person, but I think that her mission in life is what inspires me.
She's Paul's wife, right?
She's actually Aaron Paul's wife. And so I follow her on Instagram, but she runs this charity called Kind Campaign.
Oh, okay. I like her now.
And so as a child, she was bullied to the point where she actually started having issues, you know, with self-esteem. Mm-hmm. She almost committed suicide. Like all of these things that happen when you are so young and just trying to learn about life. Mm-hmm. And so she took that experience and she started this charity. And that's the reason why I think she's my woman crush for this week, is because it's inspiring. So I kind of took that approach with both of my crushes this week. But
that's good.
I don't care that she's married to Aaron Paul. Like, I really don't. I love the work that she's doing.
No.
And that's something that I would like to do in my life at some point too. So she's my woman crush.
And I also love how much they're in love with each other. I take that back. I'm sorry. I retract it completely. But you know, they are so in love with each other. I think it's amazingly cute.
Beautiful.
It's so
thing.
cute.
Same thing with
beautiful.
Brad and Angelina. Beautiful thing. Mm-hmm. I think so.
So that about wraps us up. John Campea gets to eat. He's going to be very excited very soon. So in the meantime, guys, drop some comments. Let us know what you thought about this. Give us some other news. Tweet us along the way. Until next week, look out for our South Park review. In the meantime, you can find me and my doggy Wakame on Instagram as well as Twitter at KAORIOUS. And
Wakame, the mother of dragons.
She's busy
You can
playing.
follow me at Campea. Yes.
And then you can follow the duo right here at Team Amazing. And in the meantime, folks, continue to speak nerdy with us, and we will catch you guys next time. See ya.